Hey everyone, welcome back to Unethical show. I want to start this episode with a statement that might sting you a little bit. So if you're a woman of color coach, get ready to get snatched. Um, if you are in business for a while and you are closing clients and you want to scale this business to six figures, multiple six figures, seven figures, you don't have a consistency problem. Let me first see if I am focused. Yeah. So you don't have a consistency problem. You do not have a discipline problem. Actually, as a woman of color coach, you are one of the most disciplined, one of the most motivation driven, high achieving women in the room. So definitely, you don't need another strategy. What you're experiencing in your business in order to hit the next income, to go from 5K a month to 10K to 20K, is that you have a trust problem. And this episode is a little bit different than all the other episodes I'm doing on my channel here. Because if you are a woman of color coach and you are already working with dream clients and you have been trying to reach six figures for what it feels like right now forever, I know exactly what your week is looking like right now. You open your Instagram, you see someone talking about YouTube, suddenly you are questioning your whole content strategy, suddenly you are listening to a podcast, and now you are wondering if you need a webinar funnel. You watch a coach talking about memberships. Now you're questioning your offer because the high ticket offer it didn't sell for the last 30, 60, 90 days. You see someone launch a group. Now you are thinking, okay, maybe the business model needs to change. Maybe the business model is wrong right now. So before the week is over, okay, you have completely abandoned the strategy you were working on, not because it wasn't working, but you stopped trusting yourself, you stopped trusting the strategy. And this is one of the biggest reason I see talented coaches, disciplined coaches fail to reach the 10K month mark. So I want to talk about this challenge because I feel like a lot of coaches, business coaches, they are giving like strategy tips or what you need to change in strategy, and not a lot of people are talking about, trusting yourself as a woman of color coach, industry expert. Because what is really happening is you know what to do. So if you have been in this industry for a year, for 2 years, for 5 years, you know what to do. You know how to open Instagram and post the content. You know how to have sales calls. You know how to sign clients. You have signed clients before. You know how to coach. You are actually the best at coaching, best in your expertise. You know how to market. You know how to sell. You know everything. You have probably invested thousands of dollars into learning these skills. Yet, somehow, the business, the coaching business, is not growing at the speed that you want. And because the results are not happening fast enough, you are starting to search. You are starting to search for the missing piece, the better strategy, maybe a secret that you don't know, a shortcut, maybe, and the thing nobody told you, right? And that's where the cycle begins. You start, you stop, you start, you stop, you start, you stop. Not because you're lazy, not because you need discipline, more discipline or more motivation. It's because you're constantly second guessing yourself. And this type of conversation is what we are having inside Leverage 20, because this is a conversation where you, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur who want to scale, you need to have with yourself tough conversation, and with your coach. This is a type of conversation where it needs radical ownership. It needs awareness that you are doing this and that you are second guessing yourself instead of chasing a new strategy. Instead of thinking the strategy is not working, I need a better strategy. I need funnels, I need website, I need all of these things. instead of really looking what is happening inside you, inside yourself, and inside your business. So one of the big reasons why you haven't reached six figures is that you are trying to build certainty through strategy, when certainty actually comes from commitment. And most coaches think, when I find the perfect strategy, I will stay consistent. But the opposite is true, right? You become consistent when you stop looking for being perfect. The coaches who are reaching six figures aren't always the smart ones. They aren't always the most talented. They aren't always the one who are most or more experienced. They simply stay with one strategy long enough to see it work. Which is why inside Leverage 20, we make sure that you are choosing simple strategy for you and for your business that you can repeat, rinse and repeat for years to actually see multiple six figures, right? So the coaches who hit six figures, seven figures, they stay with one strategy long enough to see it work, while everyone else quits halfway through. And this is a concept I want to talk to you about today. Like, can we talk about something nobody wants to hear? The activities that create six figures, right? Like, they are incredibly boring. No one is talking about that. And like, everyone is talking about, oh my God, when you're an entrepreneur, it is so beautiful. Like, oh my God, you get all this freedom. Yeah, it's true. But what is actually the opposite, right? Like, the work, the activities you need to do are actually so boring. You have to follow up, you have to send emails, you have to create content consistently, you have to do the work of reviewing your sales call. No one is watching you, no one is behind you and saying, like, hey, Anu, you have to do this and that. You have to take ownership. And especially if you're seeing, okay, the conversion is not happening, now you need to review your sales call and get the feedback. You need to improve your messaging. You need to refine the offers and have conversations with your people, nurturing that relationship. And those are the activities you need to do over and over and over and over again. That's it. In the beginning, it's very exciting because you are starting something new, you are learning something, you are trying to get better at the skill. So it's new. So that's why it didn't feel boring. But after a while, those are the activities that starts to feel kind of like boring because you have done it over and over again, which is why you closed the clients before. So there is no secret funnel. There is no secret strategy why some coaches are hitting seven figures, other people don't. There is no magic algorithm in specific platforms or some tactics that you don't know about. It is actually the repetition behind it that you need right now in order to hit the milestone that you have set for yourself and your business. And most people, they actually don't fail because the work is hard. They fail because the work becomes boring and they don't know how to coach themselves through that boring phase in order to keep doing what is already working. And when it becomes boring, when the activities becomes boring, you are assuming that it has stopped working. So, what are you doing? You are abandoning the strategy, and now you are in the research phase, in the chasing new strategy phase. That is what is happening in your business right now. And this happens most often to the most intelligent people, to you. Because intelligent people like you, they see multiple possibilities. You can see 10 different ways to grow your business, which sounds like strength, which sounds like, oh my God, if I have 10 different ways to grow this business, to get more clients, to close more sales, to make more money, actually, it is not a strength, it becomes a weakness when every possibility distracts you from execution. So in business, the one, like, especially like you are a coach or an industry expert, you are winning and you will continue to win if you take consistent action, consistent execution. So it becomes a weakness when you see every possibility as the one that you need to execute, because then you end up stuck between different strategies. You're never fully committing to one strategy. You're never fully mastering that one like skill that will get you to your goals, to the 100K. You will never fully trust yourself to go all in, even in the phases when the business becomes boring. And every time you switch, put like between those possibilities, you are resetting the momentum. So here was what I want you to adopt, okay? The reason a strategy isn't working may not be because the strategy is bad or the strategy is old. It is because it wasn't designed specifically for you and for your business. For you, for your niche, and for your business. And that's different because most business advices, they are generic. Your business is not generic. Your business is authentic. Your business should be around your personal brand, around you. So your strengths are different. Your audience is different. The goals you're setting for yourself and for your company is different. Your life is different. And this is why copying somebody else's strategy often feels exhausting. That's why, especially when the strategy like is not working, you are chasing the new strategy because it is exhausting you, your life. You don't have fun anymore. You don't have the peace anymore because you are trying to wear someone else's business model instead of figuring out, okay, what is the business model I want, I need for the lifestyle I want to have. So inside Leverage 20, we are actually focusing on lifestyle first. So the business is around your lifestyle and not the other way around. So you have to build a business like restructure your business model, have a content system, have a sales ecosystem that fits you, fits your lifestyle, and fits your business. So if I wanted to reach the 6 figures in the next 12 months, I would stop asking what strategy should I use, and I would start asking what strategy can I commit long enough to master? What strategy can I commit long enough to master, to get better, and to close clients? And in order for you to answer this question, it is so important to look at your life and what you already have mastered so far. Because mastery creates confidence. Confidence creates the consistency that you need. In 2026, in a trust recession, consistency is a non negotiable, right? And consistency creates the momentum in your business. And momentum will get you to the revenue goal you have, not the other way around. So the goal here is not to find the perfect strategy. The goal is finding a strategy that is aligned with you, with your strengths, and where you can stick with it long enough to collect the evidence that it works. Does it make sense? So when you have been beating yourself for procrastinating, maybe you wanted to go live and you are not doing it, you have been calling yourself inconsistent, you have been wondering why you can't seem to stay focused in your business, I want you to hear this, that you are not lazy or you are not incapable. Like, don't feed your brain of believing that you are not meant to run this business. I strongly believe if there is a slightly belief that this is what you are meant to do, focus on that. The brain is here to protect you, which is why it gives you the fears. This is why it gives you um, all the ways that you can fail, right? But if there is this one belief that you are meant to be a coach, it doesn't matter how hard the process is. I always believed like on that one thought that, okay, there is a reason why I seeded that one thought in my brain, right? So you are simply currently trapped in a cycle of constantly looking for a better strategy. And as a woman of color coach, I understand this is totally normal. A lot of my clients are coming to leverage 20 with the feeling like, hey, I need like do I need a better strategy? I need more strategy. What we are doing inside Leverage 20 is literally simplifying it so that you are not chasing the next strategy. My goal when you join Leverage 20 is that you are fully committing to the most simplified strategy that is in front of you. And until that changes, right, that you are committing to one strategy and keep on doing it, the six figures will continue to feel harder than it needs to be. Because six figures are rarely built through constant reinvention. You are building it through repeated execution of the boring work. So the coaches who are winning are not always the most creative one. They are actually looking to express their creativity outside of the business. How can you put the creativity outside of your business and keep the business simple and boring? This is a conversation I need to hear, which is why I am having it with myself right now, because oftentimes I try to be so creative with my business that I lose track, that I lose the track of having a aligned business. And start doing something creative again. Maybe you like to paint. I like to paint. And that's how you will actually shift your creativity from business away and go it into your lifestyle. So when you are ready to stop strategy hopping, you want to simplify your business because you believe simplicity will get you to your six figures, and you want to build a client acquisition system that actually fits you and your lifestyle, DM me on Instagram ready, and let's build a business that you can stick with long enough so that you can scale it to seven figures. Thank you so much for joining. I see you in the next episode. Bye.